In today's video, we are talking all about the new Tamron 11-20mm f2.8 lens, one of the most anticipated ultra-wide zooms for Fuji and Sony shooters. The Tamron 11-20 features a super fast constant f2.8 aperture in an extremely compact and light package. With a 16.5 to 30mm full-frame equivalent zoom range, this lens is ideal for travel, landscapes, real estate, and wide-angle portraiture. The lens has 12 elements in 10 groups and an excellent minimum focusing distance of 5.9 inches at 11mm. It is weather-sealed, and it comes with a front and rear lens cap as well as a lens hood. At 335 grams, the lens is light enough for vlogging or just going out for a long day of shooting. Although the Tamron 11-20 is made primarily of plastic, it nonetheless has a solid feeling to it. It doesn't feel cheap by any means, but it is lacking the heavy-duty metal feeling of many Fuji lenses and of some of the newer Viltrox lenses, which have metal barrels. The zoom ring is smooth without being jerky and placed well for easy control. The lens is weatherproofed and does have a metal lens mount, and the zoom and focus rings are both rubberized. The zoom is external and must be zoomed out all the way to reach 11mm, so at its smallest physical size, the lens is at 20mm. It's also missing a physical aperture ring, which may be a deal breaker for some Fujifilm camera users. For a wide-angle zoom with a constant 2.8 aperture, the Tamron 11-20 is extremely light and compact. It fits a camera like the X-T5 very nicely, and it's noticeably lighter than a lens like the Fuji 16-55, which you appreciate when on the go. The autofocus is silent and quite fast. On the Fuji X-T5 with the latest 2.0 firmware update, the AF speed and accuracy is on par with other high-end lenses, and when using face detection on the lens, it locked onto my subjects with ease. The autofocus is completely silent, which means that this lens is an excellent choice for vloggers and videographers who are looking for a fast, quiet, wide-angle zoom. At 11mm and f2.8, the lens is very sharp in the center, although the corners are noticeably softer. At 5.6, the corners are sharper and the entire image is quite sharp at f11. At 20mm and f2.8, the corners are much sharper, and at 5.6 and f11, the lens is pretty much tack sharp across the frame. Now, I did notice some minor purple fringing when the lens was wide open, but again, this was mostly at the corners. The center of this lens, pretty much at any focal length and aperture, is really tack sharp. Putting aside sharpness, the Tamron 11-20 really shines when it comes to color rendition. When shooting family portraits as well as portraits in my studio, I was really impressed with the vibrant colors and the excellent contrast. Because of the fast maximum aperture, I was also able to use the lens indoors with no issue. Another thing I really love about this lens is how close you can get to your subject. The minimum focusing distance is really excellent, and for a super wide angle lens, it even has pretty good bokeh. As I mentioned, the 11-20 is primarily made of plastic, which might be a turnoff for some because of its price tag at $829 US. But the benefit of this construction is that the lens is an ideal choice for vloggers, and here's why. Mounted to a light camera like the X-T5, the 11-20 is easy to hold on a selfie stick or for long vlogging videos without your arms getting tired. The ability to zoom in and out also means that you have a lot more flexibility in getting your shot perfect than if you were using a fixed focal length lens, while still benefiting from the super fast 2.8 aperture. Add to this the fast and silent autofocus, and I can see many vloggers picking up this lens to document their travels and their events. There is a lot to love about this lens and a lot that really impressed me. The autofocus will not disappoint when it comes to shooting video or stills. The compact size and the lightweight makes this an ideal choice for so many applications, and the fast 2.8 aperture is going to please anyone who needs to shoot low light situations without flash. This lens is also going to work really well for all kinds of photographers, whether you're shooting landscapes or street photography or real estate photography or even family photography. As a portrait lens, I appreciated the ability to zoom out to 20 millimeters and create images with minimal distortion. So this can be an excellent choice as a vacation or travel zoom lens where you want to capture architecture shots as well as family portraits. And as a portrait lens, you can create some really interesting effects by purposely using the wide field of view, like I did at my recent portrait shoot and also when taking photos of my two crazy kids. You can create some really fun family images that are much more interesting than the typical say cheese snapshot. Add to this vibrant colors, good contrast, and great sharpness, and the lens really has a lot to offer for Fujifilm and Sony shooters. The biggest drawback to the Tamron 11-20 is the price, but Tamron has squeezed so many great things into this new lens, and when it's compared to the Fuji 8-16mm f2.8, which costs $14.99, the $829 price tag does not seem all that bad. I also think the 11-20 is a much more versatile zoom range for a wider array of applications, and Fuji's closest zoom range to this lens is a 10-24mm f4. Overall, I think this is another excellent third-party option for Fujifilm shooters, and I have no doubt that you will love the image quality for both stills and videos if you pick up this new Tamron lens. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. I'm currently giving away a Viltrox 13mm lens, so click on the link in the description below to find out more about that. I've also linked the Tamron 11-20 at B&H and at Amazon below. And here is wishing you an awesome day, everyone. Go out and take some great pictures, my friends, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.